Welcome to Livio Candy's Music All-Stars, brought to you by Zen 4.0. Kenny D's Grill and Bar. Florida Discount Music.
Okay.
Marion Music.
We're already on.
V-Picks Guitar Picks. Pat MC's Custom Guitar Design and Repair. And the ISW Soundstage Theater Open Mic Night.
That's it going.
Most excellent.
Not like Conan.
And now, here's your host, Steve Murray. You're up, Steve.
Hello, welcome to Livio Candy's Music All-Stars. We have Karl Hudson here. I'm the host, Steve Murray. And how you doing, Karl?
Great, Steve. It's a pleasure to be here. Thanks for having me today.
Yeah. So what have you been doing around here?
You know, just trying to break into the local scene. Been playing a lot of different clubs, everything from tiki bars and restaurants to rock clubs. And, you know, it took a while to break into the local scene, but I'm finally starting to get known around here and starting to get a little bit of a following and meet a lot of other great musicians to play with, and just basically having a lot of fun.
I'm a follower. I jammed with you. You know,
you certainly have, and we will jam more.
Yes. So, are you playing anywhere tonight? Or?
Actually, tonight I'm doing a little dinner thing right down the street here in the Indy Atlantic at Cantina Dos Amigos. I'll be there today from, I believe it's 6 to 9, maybe it's 7 to 10. I can't remember, but I'm going to be down there this evening. It's like $7 for fajitas, so you can't beat it. The food's great. The people are great.
I might be down there myself.
It's a great little gig, and it, you know, it's just a laid-back thing, and right on the beach, you can't complain about that. So.
Yeah. We are on the beach here. Remember that. We're in sunny Florida. It's warm. We have a fan blowing on us. This is the place to be. So, Karl, you're a guitar player, and where are you originally from?
I'm originally from Cedar Rapids, Iowa.
Okay.
I've lived all over the place. Colorado, Texas, lived in Florida like 4 times over in the Orlando area.
Always played music in all these places?
I've played music pretty much everywhere I've ever been. I started playing when I was about 10 years old. I started trying to play. By the time I was 12, I was playing some songs. By the time I was 13, 14, I was playing on stages and playing parties. And you know, all the people that laughed at me when I was first starting out and gave me a hard time, I charge them double now.
Yeah, that's what you got to do. Just keep going anyway. No, it doesn't matter what people say. You just get better and better as time goes on.
Well, it's definitely been a major impact on my life. I've got to meet all kinds of people and do all kinds of things that I don't think I would have got to do if it wasn't for music. And, you know, I'm thankful to God for the gift of music. And, you know, I'm thankful for the people who come out and support live music, come out to see me play. I really appreciate that. And support live music in general, go out and see people play. Cause,
the bands around here are really good, and they deserve to be seen.
Absolutely.
You know, they're the future of music. You know, they're going to be on CD someday. So you got to start somewhere.
Everybody started out in the garage.
You got to play in the bars. You have to pay your dues, and then as you get better and better, then you get noticed.
Absolutely.
So you're playing tonight, and you're a regular player around here with acoustic singing.
Yep, I do a single. Occasionally I do a duo. Sometimes I'll do it with my good friend Bart Carter.
Okay.
And sometimes, you know, you will come out and play with me. And then as you know, I had the band going for a while. I'm kind of looking to different direction with something with that right now. But no, like I said, I've had the opportunity to play with some fine players in the area. So
yeah, I played with Bart too when he came in at Taps Pub, and he's a great bass player.
Yep, I've like I said, I've played with a lot of great players and really enjoyed it. And you're certainly one of the finest guitar players I've met around here, for sure.
I try. So. I practice a lot. I know you do too, because I was watching you in rehearsal before. And,
it's hard to put it down sometimes.
Yeah, I know. You can't stop playing once you pick up that guitar, man. You're gone. Hours go by.
Exactly.
And you just get into yourself. You know, the feeling of playing is almost like a therapy for us musicians. if you're feeling down and out or anything, you just pick up a guitar and play, and you're feeling good again.
Oh, it's definitely a vehicle, you know.
Yeah.
It definitely moves you. And that's the thing about music that's always driven me to do it is, besides my mother, who was my greatest influence in life, who always encouraged me to do what I do and told me I could do whatever I wanted to do if I believed hard enough and worked hard enough. But, you know, I like that music connects us all as human beings, you know.
Yes.
People can listen to a song and they can be moved just as much or more than one another, and the song can mean something totally different. It all depends on your personal interpretation of the lyrics.
Yes.
You know, and where it takes you to that place and time, and you know,
yes, and that's
take you
what
back
it is.
to the day.
It takes
you know what I mean?
back to that day when you first heard that song, and you can kind of reminisce with yourself.
Yep.
And that's what the people are doing in the audience too. They're reminiscing with themselves, like, "Wow, I remember when I first heard that song." And you know, us as players, we start to feel that, and once we get that back, we play better.
You play off that energy.
You play off that energy.
You really do, and it's, you know, you're trying to connect with the people in the audience.
Yes.
And you know, you get people out there that you know they're feeling every note and every lyric. And then you get people who are just drunk and having a good time, just want to get up and
that's
dance.
fine too.
And some
Let 'em
people
dance.
you're just in the background, but you know that comes
They're
with
there.
the job. You know, they're there. They're spending money, and if that keeps the bar owner or the restaurant owner happy, then I'm doing my job. So.
And it's been harder now, you know, with the bar. A lot of people they'll go to the bar that lives, you know, where they live close to, so they don't have to do a lot of driving to get back home, because we don't want DUIs and everything out there.
Don't drink and drive.
Don't drink and drive, please. You know, 1 drink an hour, I think you're okay or something.
Right.
But, you know, or take a taxi cab. There's plenty of them.
I'd just like to say, if you try any tasty margaritas down at the show tonight, make sure you have too many margaritas, take a cab.
Yes. Plenty of cabs waiting.
But I do encourage drinking margaritas.
Yeah. We don't mind the drinking. Just get home safely.
That's right. And please don't fall on the musicians.
Don't fall on the musicians, yes.
Or the equipment.
Or the equipment. We might get mad. Somebody's laughing at me. Okay. So, you've been playing for how many years now?
Jeez, I'd really rather not say.
No, we don't say
I'd like to not date myself. No, actually, I
Since
guess
you were 13.
since I was about 13, and now
Yeah,
I'm
that's
like
me too,
40.
about 13. So, you know, like 2 years for me now.
Sure.
I'm only about 15 at heart, you know. So,
Well,
we all stay young at heart when you play music, because a lot of times we're playing music that we first learned when we were 13 or 14. We're playing it now. All these years later, and like we were saying before, it brings back that feeling of that time.
I became a musician because I didn't want to be responsible. I didn't want to grow up.
Me too. You know, I just want
I feel that I'm doing really well pursuing my dream of doing nothing. Just kidding.
It is a lot of work to bring all this equipment to bars and set it up, and we want to always sound good, you know. So we're sticklers sometimes about our sound, but it's for the people, you know. We want them, you know, to hear a good sound and us playing at our best.
Absolutely.
Because we do rehearse a lot, you know, for everybody, and to sound good.
I know you, like myself, are probably your own worst critic. You know?
Yeah, I always think I stink, so I'm always practicing.
Exactly.
I'm always trying to get
It
better.
never could be good enough, can it?
Oh, somebody said, oh. Sorry, I think I stink sometimes. I don't know. But when I look at my videos of the band later on, and I go back to it, it's like almost like it's somebody else. It's like, wow, I didn't know I played like that. You know, because when you're up there playing, you're just doing your thing, and you never get to see it from the outside. But now with all these DVD cameras, people showing up with cameras wherever you go.
You know what I've
better
noticed?
make sure.
You know since I've noticed, since all that, how old and fat I've gotten.
It's like, well, the camera adds 10 pounds. So.
Oh, great.
It
Turn
took
that thing
10
off.
pounds off me. But, you know, we're getting a little older. We eat healthier now. And, you know, it's,
Living healthier in general.
Yeah, me too. You know, we went through our 20s and all that.
For a long time for me.
Yeah. We went through our 20s for 20 years.
That's about right.
Instead of 10. But, you know, we're all kids at heart. You know, we're just musicians that love to play. And, you know, we do the best we can, and we work everything out as it goes along. You know, we do our best for everyone.
Absolutely.
You know, and I've heard you before on the rehearsals. You're a great singer and player, one of the best I've heard in a long time.
Thank you.
And that's why I played with you. I played in the band with you. Puddinghead. Puddinghead.
Last minute name for a gig.
Yeah.
For a band. We had a gig come up. We kind of had the band put together and had no name. And I was looking at something on the Three Stooges on the internet, and I was like, Puddinghead. We'll call it Puddinghead.
That was the name of the band.
And it stuck.
We played how many times at Siggy's?
Siggy's.
Probably 4 or 5 times.
Yep, something like that, yep. Love Siggy's. They've been real good for me. When I first got down here, got over here this side of the state, they gave me my first gigs over there. Some of my first gigs were there, and I played at Ozzy's Crab Shack or Crab
I've
House
heard
for
of
a while.
that.
I did that place for a little while.
So
but,
that's a single act type of place, Ozzy's?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, for me it was. I think they have duos and such as well.
Okay.
But Siggy's, you know, they've been great supporting me as far as my acoustic stuff and the band stuff. And I still do a lot of Thursdays over at Siggy's. So.
And Chris Long is there.
Chris Long is there. Chris has been very supportive. When I first started doing Thursdays over there, Chris would come out and DJ in between just to kind of hype up the crowd, you know, because he really liked what I was doing, and he was supporting me and helping me kind of get like feet wet in the community. And, and I appreciate that too, Chris Long. So.
Chris Long.
Chris is a great guy.
#1 guy.
Great guy.
Here. He's at Siggy's just about every night.
I got a question for you from a Vicky.
Yes.
Online message. Where are you from?
I'm from Cedar Rapids, Iowa originally. Now I live in Indy Atlantic, right down the street. I live about 2 blocks from the studio, actually.
She wanted to know that question.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for the question.
Are you local? Is she local where she could come see Karl?
She didn't tell me that, though.
Oh,
She didn't say
okay.
where she's from, but she wants to know where you
Okay. All right. Well, I hope that answered your question. We'll be taking a break shortly, but so you're gonna be playing tonight. Are you playing anywhere tomorrow night, or is this a regular thing, an every night thing that you play?
I play all over the place, and to tell you the truth, half the time I can't hardly keep up with what I got going on.
This is your living. This is what.
Yeah, this is all I'm doing right now.
So you're a 100% musician.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yep, and you know, it's a lot of feast and famine. There's weeks I do very well, and there's weeks, you know, I really struggle. You know,
Yeah.
but it's a labor of love. You know, I love what I do. I love knowing that I'm moving other people and making a difference in their lives. You know, if there's times you're playing, you got a packed house and everybody's into it, and the band's dead on, and I mean, it's just never better than that. But then there's those times when, you know, you're in some place and people are pretty much ignoring you, but there's that one person sitting over there in the corner who's just like intensely watching every move, listening to every note. And, you know, those people are the reason we do what we do.
Yeah.
You know, and
you just
sometimes you got to remind yourself that it's
person.
to play for those people who are, it makes a difference in their lives, and we're fortunate to be able to do that.
Yes.
So.
And that's kind of why I play too, because when I've been playing around here, I see the reaction of my playing, mostly like when I'm watching back on a DVD, and I try to play more for the people. I see what they like, and I've been trying to base my guitar playing and everything around that instead of playing for myself all the time.
Right.
You got to play for yourself sometimes and play some obscure songs and everything and to keep the band tight and playing something a little more complicated. But most bars, you know, you play something simple and good, and everybody is into it, and that's where you get that feeling.
Right.
And then that's where you can feel good on stage because you're not playing something too complicated, but you got to play for the other musicians once in a while too to show, yeah, I'm pretty good.
I have. Sorry, I have an older brother who's a really great guitar player. He's my half brother, and he taught me some of my very first chords when I was pretty young. And I mean, he's studied classical flamenco guitar and everything, and I mean, he's a very intricate technical player and sight reads like it's nothing. I mean, he's very, very, very talented. I, on the other hand, I play by ear. I couldn't read a note. Couldn't tell you what it was if I had to.
I know the chords, that's about it.
But, you know, I play straight from the heart and from the soul, you know, yeah. And I think that's what people identify with. And as long as I can do that and people are still identifying with it and liking what I'm doing, I'll continue to do it. When that ceases to stop happening, and I hope it doesn't, that'll be the day I'll go get another job somewhere. But as long as people are still relating to what I'm doing, you know, I'm still connecting with them.
And I think they are, because you're playing out a lot, and most of the time the pack houses and you're just by yourself. And I've seen a lot of your videos on your Facebook, and they were all good. I'm in a couple of them.
You're in a few of them.
From the Pudding Head Band. And, you know, I think we're doing another gig in a month or so with them.
We got something coming up at
but
Taps
before
Pub.
that, it's me and you at Taps Pub, and that's, I think, next Friday night.
I think it's next Friday. That sounds about right. Yeah. Taps Pub.
So come down to Taps Pub in Palm Bay next Friday night, and it'll be me and Karl playing live. It's a good show. We like playing there. You know, everybody really likes it. You know, they saw us play one time, and they hired us for like 6 months of playing there. So.
And that was kind of a throw-together gig, too.
Yeah, we just kind of threw it together.
And did it.
And we played the Pudding Head songs quieter.
pretty much. Without the drums
and bass. So, you know, Taps Pub is a great place to go and hang out. You know, they have dartboards, pool tables, everything going on there. Yep. Great food and drink. Really nice waitresses there. And they treat us great. You know, they give us whatever we want, and we play the best we can. So that's our next gig. Tomorrow night I'll be playing with GSTs right here, live streamed, and I hope everybody in the world can watch it. It's we're coming up to break time in a minute, and or not even a minute. So we'll be back in a few minutes, and I don't know what video's going on. It's probably one of mine. So it's one of them. If you see the long blonde hair, I'm in there. So we'll be back in a few minutes.
It's called Wanted, Dead, or Alive. I got Mr. Dave Hersey on locked up over here. Let's see if we can do this anymore. It's all the same. change every day. It seems we're wasting day. You know the place where the faces are so cold. I drive all night just to get back home. 'Cause I'm a cowboy on a steel side. I'm wanted, dead or alive. Wanted, wanted, dead or alive. Sometimes I sleep, sometimes it's not the days. The people love me, always hold us memories. Sometimes you tell the day, but I know that you drink and times you alone when all you do is think. 'Cause I'm a cowboy on a steel side. I'm wanted, dead or alive. 'Cause I'm wanted, dead or on the guitar. Straight from Palm Bay. Awesome job, Chris.
Welcome back to Livio Candy's Music All-Stars.
Glance down at him every now and
Yeah,
then.
maybe I could get him to get.
And now, here's your host, Steve Murray. Steve, you're up.
Yeah, the kind of guitar you prefer you play.
Steve, welcome back. Steve.
Some of the guitars you've used.
Hey, you guys are up.
Yeah.
You guys are up.
Hey,
Huh?
You're
it's the
up.
crappiest amp there is.
You're up.
That you sold. We're on?
Yeah, you're on.
Oh my God, we're on. I don't even
Oh, he doesn't have his thing on.
It's all right.
We're back.
Yeah, you're back. Say hi.
I'm not going to be able to get that thing wrapped around my ear now. It takes like 20 minutes. Don't worry, the show is going to get better. We're going to know when to come on and off.
It's my first time.
It's his first
Be gentle.
time. He's a virgin.
It's all right. We're live. It's not Memorex.
Uh-oh. I need my microphone. Where the hell is that? To the microphone.
I think it's
There it is.
Yeah, we're back.
testing.
We are back, and I'm hooking up my microphone again. Because I was at the beach again. I have to keep running over there.
Tell me you went down to the beach. Don't worry about that one. Just get your microphone. The other earpiece, I'll keep you posted.
Okay.
There you go.
I have no earpiece now, so it keeps falling out of my ear. I just got back from the beach to say hello to the girls, and I'm back with Karl Hudson. How's it going?
Nice to be back.
So, we've been talking, and I was wondering what your musical influences,
Yeah, that's a great
Or,
question.
throughout the years. Who did you really like when you
So many
Started.
influences.
when you first started? Like, what is the first songs you started to learn?
You know, I remember being a kid and listening to the Beatles.
Beatles.
And the Hermits even, stuff like that, you know. But my biggest, earliest influences were probably, I loved the Eagles and Firefall and America and Orleans, that kind of stuff. I still do a lot of that kind of music, and there's still a lot of people who really dig it. I mean, it was
And I'm one of them, because
great
I played those
songwriting.
songs with you. I love those bands.
you know, lots of nice chord progressions and meaningful lyrics, great harmony.
Meaningful lyrics. Really love, Horse with No Name and all those songs.
A lot of great stuff from that era, and then probably, one of my hugest influences was definitely Ronnie Van Zant, Leonard Skinner. When I hit about 13, 14, I was listening to Skinner all the time. Because I was also listening to Nugent and Nazareth and,
The other hard rock
all
bands
that
of the
stuff
time.
that was going on at the time, And
Yeah.
and back then, back in Cedar Rapids, Iowa, you could go downtown. They had a place called the Vets Coliseum. Now they've actually got a real concert center down there. But
Wow.
at the time, it was just a little place, the Vets Coliseum. And I remember going and seeing bands like, Cheap Trick and Head East and bands like that were coming through all the time. REO and Styx were from the Midwest right there, and right there next door in Illinois.
And a lot of these bands had, to me, a lot of Beatles influence.
Sure.
The Eagles, because they were listening to the Beatles in the 60s, and they came about in the 70s.
Absolutely.
And you could feel it, the harmonies and everything. A lot of the Beatles did so much for bands. They took everything up a notch.
I would totally agree.
They were a really, really good band.
Still one of the greatest bands ever, in my opinion.
Me too.
I love the Beatles. I love the Eagles too. A lot of great songwriting, a lot of great harmony.
Yeah.
Jackson Brown's another songwriter I like. I always thought I thought John Mellencamp was a great songwriter.
Yeah, for the 80s when he came out, he was like the new guy in that style.
Yeah.
Because there wasn't other bands doing that. There was all the kind of hair metal band and everything, and he just stayed doing his own thing.
Well, and I think, somewhere along the line, things really changed, and it went from being about the music to being focused on the artist, and are you sexy? Are you, do you have a funny video? Are you a hot-looking person? Whatever.
Yeah.
It became more about that than the music, and
because
as
MTV put the bands on.
Video did kill the radio
the
star.
video killed the radio star.
I really believe that. It's
and that was their first video.
yeah, ironically enough, right? I know.
Which is a pretty good song, anyway. But, yeah, I saw that progress through the 80s, where it kind of phased out a lot of the 70s bands that were really good, but they didn't have, this look.
Right.
Like a TV look. You have to be...
Well, I won't mention names, but there's artists out there that are, because of their look or their video, they're selling platinum and double platinum, and they're, as far as the validity of the music, I'm sorry, I don't see it. It's.
I've noticed that too. And a lot today with computers and everything, you could have all these fake instruments and everything and put a song together, but you're losing the feeling of the band.
Well,
and the rehearsal of the band playing together and going through all these things together, and that all comes out in the music.
Crafting a song that comes from the heart and from life experiences,
That's it. So.
You either can express that and relate to other people, or you can't. And it's sad that a lot of that is lost these days. I feel like a lot of the younger generations are missing out on, stuff that we were blessed to have.
Yeah, and the ones that are guitar players, upcoming guitar players or drummers or anything, they have to listen to the music from the 70s or the 80s, or the 60s to learn how to really play. Otherwise, everything after that is a drum machine and a click track and all that. Mm-hmm. Where if you wrote a song and brought it to a band and we sat there and worked on it for a couple of days and got it to sound right, we're getting the same feeling that you got when you wrote it. Yeah. And the band, that it comes into the band, and that's what we've lost a lot today. Yeah. The live band feel. Led Zeppelin practiced all the time. Lynyrd Skynyrd, Ronnie Van Zant, like
Hell
you said,
House.
Hell House. 12 hours a day practice, 7 days a week.
No air conditioning.
No air
Florida
conditioning.
heat and humidity.
And that's why they were so tight. Listen to those three guitar players. They all have different guitars. They all have their own sound, but they know how to make them blend together.
Absolutely.
And that is a rare feat. And a lot of those southern rock bands from down here have that. They put in that working
in the songwriting. Yeah. Songwriting. If you listen, that's what, again, going back to the influences, Skynyrd was really a big influence on me because I loved what Ronnie Van Zant had to say. He was a simple working man, and he was just about being a good old boy and goes not to hurt nobody. But he was just himself, and he didn't. If you didn't like it, too bad. And I love that about him. I loved his songs. They came from the heart. And simple man. Every time I play that song, I dedicate that to my mother. God rest her soul. She was the best friend I ever had in my life. She's been gone a long time, but she was a huge influence in my life, huge. and every time I play that song, I always dedicate that song to her, and I feel it. I feel like I could have wrote that song for my mother.
And Ronnie had a fight to get that song on the album because I think it was Al Cooper or something, and he thought it was too simple. Yeah. It was not enough chords.
Sometimes simple and soulful is the best.
Simple is. It doesn't have to be a super guitar hero thing. It's got a lot of times it has that story, which everybody relates to now.
And the raw emotion.
Yeah.
He conveyed that when he sang it, So.
And it still comes out today because kids that weren't even born request that song, at the time in 73 or whatever.
It's huge. Out. Well, and then, of course, the song was remade.
Yeah, who was that?
Shinedown.
Yeah, and then Shinedown remade it.
And did a great... I'm not real big on remakes, but I like their version of that song. They did it justice.
It's probably their most popular
That guy's a
song.
great singer.
Yeah.
Very powerful, so...
Shinedown.
Thanks
for redoing these old songs. A lot of the newer bands are redoing the older songs. I've heard Good Times, Bad Times. I'm not sure who's doing it, but Rocky Mountain Way, I think Godsmack or something's doing. But they do play it exactly to the original, but with a more heavier, distorted sound within their band style. But they do stick to the original because
it true to the original.
They keep it true
A little bit, yeah.
Even the guitar solos and everything. and especially Good Times, Bad Times, because I know the guitar solos. And whatever band is redoing it, they got it right to the T. But they're tuned all the way down to D or something, you know.
It's a little easier to sing,
Well,
doesn't it?
like, I will not go off 440. You know, a lot of bands,
I don't like to cheat.
you know, I'm just like on 440 all the time, and just like the sound, because my mother was a piano player, and I always tuned my guitar to the piano.
Yeah.
And me and my mother actually would play together. She got me to play the guitar.
That's awesome.
Because I was a drummer first, and she
got tired of listening to you banging on the
it's
drums. Hey, why don't you
yeah,
play
I
the
got
guitar?
your guitar. No more of them
Brilliant
drums.
strategy, Mom.
We all have to leave the house. So, how are we doing on time? I don't know. I don't have my earpiece in.
We're doing good. We got 2 minutes.
You got about 2.5 minutes.
Yeah, we got
probably.
about 2.5 minutes. So, what other cities have you been playing in? You know, I know you played around. You named a lot of states and everything.
Yeah,
and,
I played in Denver. I played in Orlando.
And what are the names of some of these bars?
Oh, jeez, man. Some of them I couldn't remember. It's been so
Oh,
long.
right.
I played a lot in my hometown in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. I played,
Okay.
jeez. There isn't too many venues in that town I didn't play.
And most of these clubs are still there now, or
Most of them are. Some of them have changed names.
But still
Some of them
there.
are, yeah.
Didn't you go back around Christmas time and play a show?
I did. I went back over New Year's Eve, actually, and I played a big show. I got to open up for like 3 hotter bands in my hometown. It was fun. All really good bands, really good people. You know, big PA, big light show, big production.
Yeah.
And I got to see so many friends I haven't seen in a long time, and so.
So you
that
kind of
was
opened
great.
up playing acoustic and singing a few songs.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then-
I opened it up. I did an acoustic set. You know, I came out and I did. I think I did about 12, 14 songs, something like that. And you know, I knew the bands that were going to be following me were going to be playing harder stuff. So, you know, I tried to pick stuff that I could get away with rocking a little bit on the acoustic guitar. That would, you know, but still
What are you gonna
could get
do?
away with it, you know.
Yeah.
so I did the Dead or Alive by Bon Jovi and some things like that, you know. But it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun.
it went over well.
The production guys did a great job. The lights and sound were perfect. You know, like I said, it was great to see all my
Did you
old
get
friends.
any videos or anything of that,
You know,
that show? Or,
I never did.
or they probably
And
have them and you don't, you know.
I had gotten a brand new guitar and was having problems with it, and it kind of put a little bit of a damper on it, but I still made the best of it.
So
I
what
had a
kind
good
of
time.
guitars are you playing now? As far as acoustics?
Right now, I'm playing Taylor's. I'm playing
Great
a Taylor
guitar.
CE 214 right now. It's kind of a tobacco burst looking guitar. I love it. It's a great guitar.
Is that that's the one?
That's the one
Carl
I'll be
is
playing
gonna
later
be-
on the show.
Carl is going to be playing a couple of songs here. He's going to play original and a cover. And when we come back, he'll probably be playing live for us right here where we're sitting. You have to hear this. The sound check was great. Everybody, listen to this. We're out. The light is blinking.
crossroads. I got one person that said, woo, let's try this one more time. What's up, crossroads? There we go, the party section's over here, guys. If you guys want to get fucking crazy, you gotta go over to this side. That's the party section right goddamn there. No, that's not the party section. Where else is the party section? Over there? That's the party section? I don't know, it's a rival. Let's try this. Let's try party section against party section. This is party section 1. That's party section 2. Let's see how this works out. Party section 1, let me hear you scream! It's gonna be tough to beat. It's gonna be tough to beat. Are we ready? Party section 2, are you ready back there? And when I say 2, I mean I think we only got 2. So if you guys want to give them a hand, I think they're gonna need it. Here we go. Party section 2, let me hear you scream! I don't like to choose too many sides. Why don't you guys go recruit a couple people? You're gonna need some help. Go help the party section 2 out, guys. Party section 1! Party section 2! Got some help from this guy right here. Okay, I'm not gonna choose sides. So guess what? Nobody wins. I can do that because I got a microphone. I win, dear, always. Over here on the left-hand side of me, laying down the bass line, we got Mr. Bill Whitson. That's actually when you guys are supposed to clap. So just know that for the next time. I moonlight as a comedian, so you're supposed to laugh as well. Right here behind me, laying down the drum line, we got Mr. Chris Richardson! It's getting better. It's getting better. Over here on this side, the long blonde hair guy. And no, not me. We got the guitar god, Mr. Stephen Merrick! And we're doing like a cover thing here. We're covering some vocals, so we got a couple of guys that's been up for singing, one of them including myself. We got Mr. Dave Hersey right here. Everybody give it up for Dave and the song he's singing. And if you want to know who the good-looking blonde-haired guy is on the mic, I've already announced Bill. It's not me. My name is Tim Griffin. Behind me is GSTC. She's a teaser.
song I wrote called Dirty Angel.
Some night in a haze like fire in the sky, and the eyes shine like the ocean in the winter. Turns me inside out, and for me there is no doubt. I'd do anything it takes to make love with her. She's a sexy girl with a beautiful soul and a fire in the spirit that makes me whole. God only knows the things I want to give her. Tender when she wants to be, angry sex still works for me. The dirty angel on your knees. There's a passion in your soul that captivates me. All those secrets locked inside behind the mystery in your eyes, and you know I can't deny it, makes me wonder. I can't hold out anymore, heart is beating on the floor, and she smiles and slams the door. It pleases her to know how much I want her. Sunlight in her hair was like fire in the sky, and her eyes shine like the ocean in the winter.
Thank you. All right, well, I'm gonna have to retune, unless I do. Go ahead and retune. I get time. All right. So, I'd like to do the Vanna White thing here and point out the Guitar Steve Murray t-shirts back here. Make sure you get one of those. Everybody's going to be sporting these pretty soon. See them there?
Recognize that one right there from my Facebook.
I do. I recognize that from your... All right.
I'm going to buy one of those.
All right, you guys ready for another song? All right. I'm going to do a song where I sing like a girl with a really husky voice. Snap and took it down. Climbed a mountain and I turned around, and I saw my reflection in the snow-covered hill. The landslide brought it down. A mirror in the sky, what is love?
can the child within my heart rise above? Can I sail through the changing ocean tide? Can I handle the seasons of my life? I don't know. Well, I've been afraid of changing, 'cause I build my life around you. But time makes bolder, even children get older, and I'm getting older too. So I've been afraid of changing, 'cause I build my life around you. But time makes bolder, even children get older, and I'm getting older too. Yes, I'm getting older too. So, took his love and took it down. Climbed a mountain and you turn around. If you see my reflection in the snow-covered hill, where the landslide brought it down. If you see my reflection in the snow-covered hill. Maybe the landslide will bring it down. Well, the landslide will bring it down.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm going to take a...
we're back. That was a great guitar playing and singing from Karl Hudson. I hope everybody got to see this because I was amazed out there watching it.
Thank you. I'll give you that $5 later.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, maybe 10. No, this was absolutely great. One of them was an original song, the first one he played. And so tell us a little bit about that song and where you came up with it. And is it recent or an older one?
It's an older song. Back in the day when I was living my life a lot different than I am now. I'm not ashamed to say I'm a recovering addict. I'm almost 4 years clean. Made a lot of decisions in my life that probably weren't the best. At the time, I was partying pretty hard and running with some pretty wild people. And yeah, it's basically about this crazy gal I was partying with a lot. And, just somebody I really dug a lot.
Yeah.
And, that it was kind of like somebody who was just kind of lost in that world. And, but I could see the good inside her. And I wanted to see her, break out of that life and have better.
Yeah.
And it was kind of like that, but it was kind of, I don't know.
So how did she get out of that life? Or?
She did, as a matter of fact. She's doing great. She's doing very good, and
we don't
very
need
happy
that
to
life
hear that.
anymore. Please, kids, don't go through that drug
not worth
drinking
it.
thing. It's
Not worth
it.
it.
We've all done it, and it was cool back then, but nobody had a clue of the addiction. You can really get hooked on these drugs and stuff. And it doesn't make you play any better. It absolutely don't.
Yeah. No.
It just sounds better to you because you're messed up, but the people don't like it.
But I took the experiences from life, and that's how I write, from life experiences. I guess I could sit down and I could just totally make something up out of air, but it's out of the thin air. But it's not going to be the same as something that really happened that I'm writing about and relating to.
And that's the way Ronnie Van Zant was too, because most of his songs were about his life events. Everything, and that's what I've heard in you now that you mentioned that he was a big influence. So now,
huge influence.
I like the storytelling of a song. A lot of times, in a rock song, you don't know, you can barely even hear what they're saying, but it's not, a true life experience. It's just a fantasy or whatever, and
mindless gibberish.
Yes, mine was, and words that sound good together. But like with bands like the Beatles and the Eagles and all that, they all had stories to tell, and they were their life experiences on the road or with people they know.
Yeah.
And even when I write songs too, it's usually about somebody I've known. And
absolutely,
that's the best way I would ever, think to do music. We have 2 minutes left. And about the second song that you've done.
Fleetwood Mac song. Huge fan of Lindsey Buckingham. I love Stevie Nicks too, but I'm a huge fan of Lindsey Buckingham. Obviously, I can't really do it justice like he does, but it's kind of my own interpretation, my own version of the song.
Yeah.
Always liked the song.
So do I.
I love the blend of the acoustic guitar, and I like the way Stevie sang it. And I just find a lot of people really relate to that song.
Yeah.
It's one of those songs when you play it out that you find that a lot of people really relate to it. You could sit and you can play a whole set, and out of the whole set, people are digging it, but there's that one song or those two songs in that set that really get
like
the majority of the crowd. Exactly.
That song.
I find that more people relate to those type of songs, and
that's what I've seen
at least in the demographic that I play to. I would say my demographic is probably people from 25, more like 30 up to 60 years old is pretty much my demographic. I'm not getting any younger. Mostly, a lot of 30s and 40s, some 50s. And I really try and play a wide variety of stuff when I play out. I try and be very eclectic. I do country, some new country, a little bit of old country, not much. I do a lot of the old, easy listening acoustic music,
Well, you
singer-songwriter
do some
era.
of the newest songs because
Right.
there's songs like Hemorrhage that I
Sure.
never even knew who played it, but
A lot of
you got
great
me to
rock
play
in the
it, and I like it.
90s and the 80s as well. And you know, when I look out there and I see the crowd's kind of younger, I'm going back to that 90s stuff.
Yeah.
You know, and some of the newer stuff that I know. I don't know a lot of the really new stuff because
I look to you to find the newest stuff because I don't know, you know. And when you
That's
gave
how it
me a
works,
list
huh?
of songs for Puddinghead, you know, that's how I found out about Dishwaller. I didn't even know who they were or anything, but I've heard the song a million times.
yeah.
And I notice when we play those songs, we get the younger crowd coming up.
Well, I've really learned to read the crowd. You know, I walk in a place and I look around. If it's a dinner crowd, it's kind of a quiet atmosphere. I'm going to be playing Gordon Lightfoot and Jim Croce and stuff like that. You know, and then I'm going to try and slowly bring it up as dinner gets over. People are having a few cocktails. I'm going to throw on a little Doobie Brothers, a little REO. You know, pick it up a little bit, and then I'll come into some Matchbox 20 and. You know, some
you
stuff
taught
like
me
that.
how to play with a capo on. I didn't even know how to play the guitar with a capo on.
Yeah.
And it took me a while, but
It's actually easier.
it's easier. But when I go to the guitar solo, I don't know where to go. I'm always in the wrong key. But I'm starting to figure it out now. You know, after doing
Yes,
it
you
for
are.
a while. So I think that's about it for our show. I don't know if we're on anymore.
You can find me at, my email is musicforhire@rocketmail.com. You can look me up I'm on Facebook, Karl Hudson, Karl with a K, Hudson, Hudson. And you can find me on Space Coast Live as well. Most of my gigs are listed on there. And I always try and promote them on my Facebook as well. And I strongly encourage people to please connect with me. Look me up on Facebook, send me a friend request, send me an email. You know, if you want to know where I'm at and what's going on, I would love for you to come out and hear me play. In the words of Sister Hazel, a great Florida band, it's all for you. So.
Yeah. And he has a video of that on his Facebook, and he's done a great job with that song. I mean, come and see Karl play everywhere. You know, I'm glad the world got to see you. You know, I really wanted you here, and I'm happy to have you. You know?
Well, I thank you for the opportunity.
Thanks.
It's been a real pleasure.
Thanks.
And thank you all.
We'll be back next week, and we'll have someone else. So take it easy.
Yeah.